What's up, everybody? Jeffrey Lyles back at you with another installment of Lyles Figure Files. I need to work on a new logo, clearly, because I just have my Lyles movie files up right now. But soon, hopefully, I'll have a brand spanking Lyles Figure Files just for me to talk about figures on this channel. Anyway, nobody cares about that. Hope you all had an awesome weekend. On Friday, late breaking news was Hasbro revealed the final tier for the Galactus HasLab project. And then I wrote up the morgue. I talked to you guys about it, how it looks super cool, and how it was like, oh man, what a great incentive piece for this one. All we got to do is cross 20,000. We can get this bad boy done. And then Hasbro said, not so fast. We have one more tier for you guys. And this was like, okay, this is just the gift that keeps on giving because there's always literally something else coming. And so we were hoping maybe it'd be another figure. Instead, it's the head of Doctor Doom with Galactus. So we have GalactiDoom. This is the final incentive piece. It needed 22,000 backers to get to it. And just like everything else with Galactus on this home stretch week, it blew by it. As I wrote already a few hours ago, it's at 24,961. So anybody that got the HasLab Galactus and could care less about the Doctor Doom head, you've got one coming anyway. I expect any piece of this project to go on sale in multiple auctions on eBay. It'll be this piece, except for those die-hard Fantastic Four fans that want to have a super massive GalactiDoom towering over Richards and his crew. So, not the piece that I was hoping for, but it's a nice little bonus. I will probably put it on one time when I do the figure review and call it a day. It'll be collecting dust in the massive space because this looks to be about the size of the Build-A-Figure Hulk figures, so it's just going to take up so much space. I'll need to figure out what to do with it. But that's that. So you still have a few more hours if you have not decided to plunk down and get this HasLab Galactus figure. It really does look impressive. So if you got the money, I think this is going to be one of those deals where you're not going to want to miss out. It's going to be a nice centerpiece for your collection. The real question is, what will Hasbro do next time to top this guy? We already had the Sentinel, got Galactus. Who's coming in 2022, which will be around the time we get Galactus. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's pictures of their HasLab Sentinels because I did not get that guy because I needed like 3 or 5 Sentinels, and I've collected those Marvel Universe 12-inch versions that stack up okay with the Marvel Legend figures, the 6-inch scale, but I could not find the space for an army and much less afford an army of Sentinels. So looking forward to seeing those because I figure we'll start seeing those really soon. So that's it for Hasbro right now. So let's go to Mattel. They did a live stream Thursday. We finally got the new pictures on WWE.com, the official promo photos for Elite 88. This is a pretty exciting series. I've got some figures that I'm looking forward to. I have tended to stay away from most of the modern guys because I'm really more about the flashbacks. And as soon as I get invested in these guys in NXT, they just ruin them on the main roster, which sucks. So I just kind of stick to the people I know and love. Kushida was one guy that I was very excited to see come to WWE. Because when I first started getting back into New Japan during the Prince Devitt / AJ Styles era of Bullet Club, Kushida was one of the main nemesis fighting against these guys, taking to the head every time. But Kushida really is a fun wrestler. I am looking forward to getting him. And thankfully, we got this figure before he changed his look. So we've got the full Time Splitters Back to the Future look. Got the big orange puffy vest, the denim shirt, the rolled up sleeves, even the watch, the goggles, the whole deal. This figure looks cool. He comes with a ton of stuff. And this is a guy that definitely looks like one of those deals where you're getting a lot for your money for that $20. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to see Mattel eke up their prices like we've seen from Hasbro with the Marvel Legends going up to $23, the Star Wars Black figures going up to $23, maybe $25 if rumors are holding up. But for now, with no Build-A-Figure piece, Kushida is one of the great examples of what Mattel can do when they put everything together in there. So I love this pose where you can do the check and wash. That's just awesome. Next up, MVP. MVP was he was in Series 2 or Series 1 of the way back in the day, debuting Mattel WWE Elite line. I remember going to the stores and seeing these figures, and at that time I had a massive collection of Jakks figures. And not only did I have a massive collection of the RA figures, I was slowly converting, making customs of deluxe classics figures so I could use that super deluxe aggression articulation for all those guys. So fast forward to 2021 and I find myself doing that all over again with Mattel. The more things change, the more they stay the same, right? Anyhow, MVP is one of my early Elite figures. So it's really cool to get this updated version. That head sculpt is spectacular. It is one of the best that Mattel's done so far. And bonus, I just need to find a suit body so I can have manager of the Hurt Business version. But you can see that Monte Cristo tattoo. The dude is still rocking the same chains from the Elite 2 version. So that's crazy. And it's just wild because the dude, he didn't really come with a lot. Now he's missing the headband from the Elite 2 version. But that really looks cool. He's got a wider torso too, so it's showing that age because we all pack on a little bit later on. And it's just a really cool looking figure. So I've got him at least to pair with Bobby Lashley. Hopefully we can get a Hurt Business version of Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. And I love that he can do the Black Panther crossing of the hands and all that good stuff. It looks cool. Thanks to those double jointed elbows, which is a huge plus for me with my wrestling figures in terms of posing and doing actual gestures and taunts like that with MVP. Next up, Rey Mysterio. I have slowed down drastically on my Rey Mysterio figures, but I really like this one because this is when Rey didn't have his eye and it's blacked out. I like the color scheme on this. I don't have any of the Mohawk mask versions, so this will be a cool one for me to get because I haven't gotten a lot of Rey figures, but this one really does look cool with the colors. I wish they could go back to doing the cloth shirts because I hate that plastic overhang deal, and it doesn't ever fit right like a shirt. At least it's easy to take on and off, but I really wish that was cloth because that design looks very cool. So I'll have him and I'll get the upcoming Dominic to match with him as well. So they can take several losses to my Uso figures. And again, I love the presentation. I wish the colors were a little bit different, but that's what makes those cool special theme events like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania look so much better because they have really great colors and it really stands out as opposed to the white and red that we get from the basic Elite line. Next up we have Riddle, no longer Matt Riddle. This one is a big improvement over the first one with basically everything except for the head sculpt. I'm not sure what Mattel's sculpt was going for here, but it just doesn't look at all like Riddle. I mean, it's so far off. But I do love the outfit, the t-shirt, cloth, and the hat, sandals again. And you've got some swappable fists for him. You've got the whoa, bro. They did a good job with this. I still hate that Batista torso because Riddle is muscular, but that torso does not allow for an easy arm placements to hang down by the side. You can see in this package here, they're up, and that's about as much range as he has to put his hands down. So he put his arms down. His hands, yeah, okay. But I just hate that setup. I just wish that would be the one torso I wish Mattel would retire. Just burn and never use again because it doesn't really work well for anyone, including Batista. But I like the outfit. The only difference with this one than the first one, he didn't have that cool jacket, but he did start wearing his t-shirt, so it's not like it's a big deal. And you can again put him up with Pete Dunne, and you can have those guys, the the third winners of the Dusty Classic. I guess we should start clamoring for MSK soon too. Next up, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. I am very torn in this figure. It does have my double jointed elbows, which is awesome. Love that stern, mean head sculpt, the head of the table t-shirt. But I feel like of so many guys on this roster, we are destined to get an Ultimate Edition of Roman Reigns. And I feel like He's somebody with those double jointed elbows, the butterfly shoulders, and that Superman punch would really benefit from the butterfly articulation joint. But for now, this one looks really cool, and I kind of feel like because Roman's been so awesome, because they've done such a great job with him as a character, I am invested in this. I will probably get it. I love that gold gauntlet, and just this is how Roman should have been for a long time, and I think they've really done a good job with him. Cool looking figure, no vest. He's just down to the t-shirt now. I love the head of the table shirt though, and thankfully it is cloth, not a big plastic jacket. So while the accessories aren't that much, I appreciate what we got here: the cloth t-shirt, the universal title, and that nice mean Roman expression. So next up is probably the most controversial figure in this set. It's Trish Stratus. Now you look at the head sculpt, and it does sort of kind of look like Trish, right? But there's something off. I don't know if it's the expression, the softness of the eyes. It's just something that's just slightly off. And I keep looking at it and seeing like, what's wrong with this likeness that's throwing it off from being Trish? So I had to do some research, of course, and not just because I wanted to see Trish back in her TNA days, Tess and Albert, for those of you who weren't around back then. And her eyes look a little bit smaller, right? And, it's just the hair is a lot less voluminous. It's not flowing all over the shoulders. I kind of wish they had gone with more of an outfit like this as opposed to this one. Now, this is something that she did wear, of course, during that time, but I kind of feel like this is more of Trish from that time frame. She also comes with the chase, and that's a red and blue or red and white attire for representing her Canadian glory. And the final figure is a Target exclusive, and that's a real shift going from Trish Stratus to Zodiac. But it's this guy. I was looking at the photos, and I was like, well, wait a second. Did Brutus get some sort of weird bubble on his torso? I don't understand what the deal is with this, and I'm really hoping that was just some weird oversight that the team Mattel missed while they were shooting these figures. It is weird, and I hope that bubble is not there. I think they did a great job on them though. We've got the cloth wraps, which was a great ideal way to do those little fringes. I hope that this is something they incorporate with other figures that use fringes, maybe future Ultimate Warrior figures. That looks better than the plastic versions that they always do. And that goofy head sculpt is perfect. Yeah. And we get two head sculpts. So we get a goofy one, we get a closed mouth one. So if you skipped out on the shark because, well, they only have one member of the Dungeon of Doom in Kamala, you can add another one and you can go like me and then try to track down a shark. I do hope we get Kevin Sullivan, aka the Taskmaster. And I guess we also have the Giant. So we have more members of the DoD than I was originally remembering. But they're getting kind of close to getting more members. I would love to see One Man Gang, not in his Dungeon of Doom version, but his old school mid-80s glory. Then eventually, if they need to, we'll get to him. But yeah. And besides, I want the Yeti more than One Man Gang. But nice job on Zodiac. Hopefully we'll get some more guys on that one. And Steve, our man, Action Figure Attack, did say that Target is not finished with their shipments of WWE Legends, the online figures, Diamond Dallas Page, DDP motivational speaker, and Brutus Beefcake from his Dream Team era. I have been frantically looking on Target daily trying to find if this guy is back in stock because I need Brutus Beefcake. I've got a Greg Valentine that kind of sort of works with that Dream Team era, but being able to actually complete another team from the glory days of the 80s would be exceptional. And of course, I got to put these guys in March Bashness, and we're getting kind of close that I need to start getting some of these teams completed. So I'm very much hoping to find this guy one day at 3 o'clock while I'm scrolling through my phone and tracking him down. Good luck for the rest of you all who want DDP, motivational speaker. He's a guy that I'm definitely pulling for to see in the Ultimate Edition line with his WCW, maybe 98 Glory Days, where he's got the wrap around the ribs, rocking the jeans, and that vest, and of course the custom BANG! hands. So hopefully we'll get that soon. Now, I've kind of been paying attention to this other line, Chella Toys. They are putting out figures and they're kind of touching those characters who, for whatever random various reasons, Mattel isn't able to. They first got on my radar big time when they showed off their prototype of the Dynamite kit. Mattel released a Davey Boy Smith, aka the British Bulldog version with the mullet. It's more of a 1988 style. But this version of Dynamite Kid actually matches him. He's in white, got blue tights, or blue knee pads, and the red, white, and blue kind of Union Jack boots. This kind of seems like an Elite body. I'm really curious if they can actually make these guys in scale. If this head sculpt looks that good, how they actually match up to Mattel Elite figures. Because if they do, I am very much interested in supporting Chella. They've also got a deal. They've got a Sabu figure coming. The head sculpt looks great on that. They've got Atom Bomb, Bull Nakano also in the works. And they just revealed over the weekend King Haku. Now, I am a huge Haku fan. And I'm very annoyed that Mattel hasn't been able to get to him for whatever reason. Whether it's WWE isn't playing fair because he's showing up on New Japan and now AEW. And they don't want to sign him to a Legends license, or he didn't want to sign to a Legends license. Either way, my Heenan family is not complete without King Haku. Now, this is for more of Chella's retro style line, way back from the old Hasbro figures. So this is another figure to add to that. But if this is the case, I am assuming and hoping that he will also be in their 6/7 inch scale. And I love to see their Sabu as well, because I'm all in for Sabu. I've got that ECW style Bam Bam Bigelow from the Legends 11 series. I need more ECW guys for him to beat up on. Steve also mentioned, or Action Figure Attack also mentioned, that the Rob Van Dam for the Survivor Series will have double jointed elbows, so we can actually have him do this, which is great. I mean, I was going to be really upset if I could only do that. So I'm very happy we can get the full Rob Van Dam out of that figure. So yeah, that's it on the wrestling front. And I'm looking forward to keeping an eye on Chella to see what else they've got coming for us. Speaking of things coming for us, Target has another Fall Geek Out promotion. It's starting this Friday with, September 3rd. We're going to see All-Star Batman Year 2 figures from McFarlane Toys. I've kind of shied away from McFarlane figures because I'm just mad at their articulation. And I'm really curious to see how far they go with All-Star Batman. If this is more the Scott Snyder, John Romita Jr. run, or if this is actually Batman Year 2. I am excited to see what else Target has in store. Speaking of which, so they're doing a new reveal every Friday. So after the Batman reveals on September 10th, we're going to get some Hasbro Transformer figures. I'm hoping this is more Studio Series 86 so we can add to that Transformers the movie lineup. On September 17th, we're going to see some Funko Stranger Thing figures. And then September 24th, more Star Wars figures. I am desperately hoping these are not the ridiculous craziness that was their animated Clone Wars series figures. I mean, it took some effort. I was able to find everyone in stores eventually, but man, it was stressful. It's like, I need my Clone Wars Anakin and Obi-Wan. What are you guys doing? Finally, I did get them all though, so congratulations. Hopefully these will be easier. As we've seen with the G.I. Joe figures, Target has been a lot better about stocking exclusives. I think even now you can still get some of those Assaults on Cobra Island figures, at least Firefly, and occasionally the Vipers and the Cobra Troopers when they come back in stock. And I'm pretty sure you can always get that Roadblock, especially now after the Amazon amazing old school Real American Hero version drop. So on October 1st, Marvel Through the Ages is coming from Funko, but it seems like we're going to get to see some more stuff as well. So we're going to see some reveals from Mattel, Super 7, more stuff from Hasbro, Funko, and McFarlane Toys. Naturally, I want to see if we get some more G.I. Joe Classified series figures because I need more of those figures. It's been way too long since we've seen some new reveals. I think in most cases, people are starting to see, or at least have collected, everything that they've revealed so far. Some people have their barbecue, their breaker and ram cycle, and snake eyes and timber set. I'm still waiting on all three, but they are available for some people and they've already been showing them off, and I'm really super jealous. For Mattel, I'm hoping to see some more WWE Legends figures. Definitely. McFarlane Toys, I don't know what would pull me back in at this point. Maybe if they just went super crazy and showed off Justice Society figures. But beyond that, I don't know. I'd love for Medico to start showing some more Mafex figures, beyond Hush. More Reign of the Superman figures. Steel. I'd be happy to get that Tim Drake Robin figure if they want to do some more Hush. But that's it. All right, I've rambled way too long, but let me show you what I'm going to be working on for my figure reviews this week. There's a movie from Marvel Studios coming out. I'm going to start knocking these guys out every week. Here's Wenwu, the Mandarin, for the Marvel Cinematic Universe purposes. Xialing, Shang-Chi's sister. These figures looked amazing. They did a really good job on them. It's just a shame that the movie came out so long after the figures were on shelves because they've hit clearance. I got Katie for $7. I really was like, do I need an Aquafina figure on my shelf? But I was like, for $7, I can have this cool Archer Warrior. I'm down for it. And also on Lyle's Movie Files, I will be reviewing Mortal Kombat, the latest animation film. These have been pretty cool, so they'll be super violent like the other one, Scorpion's Revenge. So I'm looking forward to check this out. I'll have that review posted up very shortly on the site, LylesMovieFiles.com. So that's it for me. I will probably be back later on this week because there's always some crazy figure news, and I love talking and yammering on about it. So for those of you who have watched all of this, thank you so much. This episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.